Delco. What is Delco? Urban Dictionary, maybe the best definition of any place in the history of any place. Delco is the nickname for Delaware County. Not just a place to live, it's a way of life. Delco isn't something you obtain with a short visit while you're passing through. Never has been, or don't actually live here, you just won't understand. Delco is something you can spot across the bar while out of town. Speaking of bars, there's 42-to-1 ratio when it comes to bars to libraries. Delco people love being from Delco. I don't know if there's anything special from Delco, except being a Delco guy, I kind of like it.
What is up, Delaware County, and welcome back for episode number 88 of Delco Baseball Now. Ben Thorpe cannot make it today. He is working. You're stuck with just me, Brennan Ricciardi, along with my guy, Dan Crossan, Carroll Alum, University of Scranton alum, current professional baseball player. Dan, we've been trying to get this in person for a while. I'm glad we could get you here. How you doing?
Finally, doing tremendous. Place looks great. Excited to be here.
Shout out Lund Sports for always
Shout
letting us
out
in.
The boys, yeah.
I do feel like a bit of a fraud. We're right outside Delaware County in Berwyn, but you know what? It's free. And Conestoga is close enough to Delco, right?
Yeah, we're making it work.
Yeah, it's basically a home game. We did a game of the week earlier this year. It was Conestoga and Lower Merion, and people were just giving us crap because neither of them are from Delco.
Were they just commenting about it?
Yeah, like in the YouTube stream, they were just like, Delco game of the week. Neither team at Delco. I'm like, you know what? That's fair, but they're both in the Central League, so it is what it is.
It's a valid chart.
Yeah, but for those watching, Dan and I grew up together. Media Little League, Nether Providence Legion. I think I played with you, and then I think I coached you the one year we had like Tristan Corcoran, we had Ethan Pecco.
Was that Senior Legion?
Yeah, that was Senior
Okay.
Legion. Because I think once I was too old, I went back to coach that year. Got a lot of catching up to do. I think if you kind of start off just talking about where you are in your professional career right now, like do you have a plan for this upcoming spring? You're still kind of feeling it out?
Feeling it out, but in different places in the world. So just got back from Japan. So I was in Okinawa, Japan for like a month. It's just like a short season winter league. And now the next step is potentially in like the Pioneer League. I met a person, one of my teammates over there, introduced me to like one of the agents that he has back home. So he's been helping me out find teams in the States. And then through Baseball Jobs Overseas, which they helped me they led me to Japan, France, all over the place. They're helping me out with going back to Europe. Hopefully Czech Republic, Germany, and Italy would be the three spots to go to.
You just try to cross all the countries off,
basically,
right?
Yeah. Wherever the opportunities are, I'll find them and I'll go there.
So you started after Scranton. Was it the Pecos League first?
Yes. So I ended up doing really well my fifth year, and one of my best friends from college, Kevin Johnson, who graduated the year before, he went and played in the Pecos League, and then he reached out to me, I think in like April of our season. And he was saying how they need a third baseman, and he talked to the coach. I had a conversation with him, and his dad, Kevin's dad, was even getting in my ear about it. And I was like, screw it, might as well go out and play in the Pecos League. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about indie ball, but that was the first step.
Yeah, because I know there's a guy named Stephen Wells that played in the Delco League for a long time. He was in that league. What team were you on?
San Rafael Pacifics.
I think it might have been the same team a couple years before you. But so that's like a paid gig, right?
Yeah. So they do the thing called, some teams give out like stipend, so they like give out like little bits of money per week. But they also do this thing called like pass the hat, where if you make like a good play in the field or if you hit like a home run, they'll like pass the hat for you. And
that's like donations basically.
Yeah,
it's like when a guitar player's playing in the street, they're like, oh.
Essentially,
exactly.
yeah.
Awesome.
So they've done that forever. And also, I had like a great host family over there. Dan Turee, shout out Dan Turee. He was tremendous. Opened me with open arms, and we created a great relationship over those 3 months I was there, I think.
So you went there, and then was Japan next?
No, so I went back home, and I was trying to get to Europe throughout the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. But I was just having no luck. Like, it was just tough to, it was all through email, some phone calls, and then none of it came to fruition, so I ended up going back to the Pecos League in 2024. But during that time, I was working at like EL1 training and still staying in shape. But went back to the Pecos League, and then after the 2024 season, that's when I went to Japan.
You won a championship with one of the years over there, right?
2023 we won the chip, and then 2024 we made it to the championship, but then lost. So, but it was still cool.
That's an awesome experience.
Yeah.
So overseas, we'll start off in Japan. I guess my first question, honestly, isn't even as much the baseball side of things. Just like, what was it like just living over there?
So cool. They put us up in the hotel, and we were like right next to the stadium. So it was just really cool because it's a blue zone. Like Okinawa's a blue zone. So for the people that don't know what a blue zone is, it's they're a country that has the most centenarians on Earth, like people to live to be over 100. So it was just cool to see like how they eat, like how they how they're so active and just like always like in nature, like always moving around. So it was really cool to immerse myself in that culture for like a month. Plus, I love Japanese food, dude. Like it wasn't any hard for me to accommodate over there. So it was cool.
Big sushi guy?
Big sushi guy, big steak, rice.
Like the udon noodles?
Udon noodles.
Yeah.
Yakiniku is my favorite. I think I might have said that wrong.
I believe it.
It's like a barbecue where like you order, it's like all you can eat. So for 5,300 yen, which is probably like $25, you could get all you can eat, all you can drink, and there's like a barbecue in the middle, and you just put the meat in there.
That's awesome.
That's sweet.
How would you kind of compare like the baseball specifics of that league? Like if you could put it like, D1 talent, post D1, minor league, like what's it kind of compared to like here?
I would honestly compare it to the Pecos because it's just a range of like different talents. Like there's some guys that the MPB teams sent their minor league guys to this league. So there was like a lot of really good high level like MPB, KBO, Korean Baseball League, high level players like that. And then there were some kids from Europe. And so I would just kind of range it to the Pecos. Like it would probably be like D2 to like high level.
So you're facing like either 87 or 98, and just like you never know what's
Dude,
going to be on a normal
it could
day.
sometimes be like high 70s, and then the next game we would face some MPB guy 95, 97.
Who's on like a rehab stint, and you're just like, that's crazy.
Honestly, so it was a different range, but they're very funky in the way that they move, and their styles are like very different than the typical pitching like over here. So it was unique, and they have like a vast range of pitches as well that they just like throw. So
it was Yu Darvish when he came over. It's like, he throws 8 different pitches. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, oh my gosh, and they all have the funky leg kicks, and it was very unique.
So going from Japan to France, I feel like, Japan's obviously a very popular baseball culture. What's it like in France? Like, did the natives really like show out? Like,
no. Not at all. France is very, I would say, underdeveloped for baseball, but they have like a real passion for it, or at least the people that know baseball. Because, most of so I lived in Metz, France, METZ, and their big sport is like soccer and tennis, of course. But if I were to go up to like a random person on the street and ask them like about like Mets baseball team, they would have no idea. So it was really cool because the president of the club, David, shout out David, he did a really good job with bringing imports in that were like good. We had like 2 Americans, myself and this guy named Cam, and then they brought over like some Venezuelans, Dominicans. So they did like a good job bringing in like solid baseball talent. And the kids like really had like a passion for baseball, and they're like massive fans. But like talent-wise, it was a little like underdeveloped. But it was a very great experience because I had a really great host family again. So I lived with like a great family. Shout out the Furlonis.
It's kind of cool being able to like help try and grow baseball over there.
Yeah.
Like I think Chase Utley was living in like London for a while and basically trying to do the same thing, just try and like grow the game of baseball over there. Because like he was like, I'd go out to these high school practices and like these kids are just like waiting for soccer season to come back. You know, they're just looking for something else to do.
100%.
So you can kind of just help get people interested in it. Pretty much.
Yeah, and plus, dude, they don't have high school baseball over there, so their clubs like are their high school baseball. So, you know, and they're sacrificing their own times. All these guys have jobs and stuff, so they're sacrificing their own time to play baseball, like go on like 10-hour road trips. And yeah, it was a true like humbling experience to see these guys just, you know, working their butts off during the week. And then because we only played twice a week, so like it would be Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, so they would, you know, leave work on Friday, we would go to a road trip, or we would be at home, and they would leave their jobs, their kids, wives, whatever, and they would go and play just for the love of it. So it was really cool.
So what would you be kind of doing during the week if you were only playing on the weekends?
So I'd be like going to the gym, working out, going to practices, and then we would do like coaching and coaching like certain camps, and yeah, just mixing with like the younger groups of kids and working out with them.
Were the players on the team, like you're saying, all like were you more on the younger side? If a lot of them had like wives and kids, and
so there was I think the youngest was 16 or 17, and then the oldest was like 38. So, but the majority of them, like a lot of the Venezuelans, were in their like 30s, and they had families back home and stuff. But yeah, I would say I was right smack dab in the middle of it.
I think next you got to just try and get on a random country for the World Baseball Classic.
You know, because dude, I've tried.
Like find a country that, you know, you're like 1/8 of this, you know, heritage. You'd be like,
yeah,
let me in.
Like a great grandparent that I can somehow latch onto and get citizenship.
I'm blanking on his name, but there was a kid from Swarthmore College who got to play for like the Great Britain World Baseball Classic team. Whenever I guess that was probably 3 years ago was the last one. So yeah, find like some country like become a French citizen just to play for the World Base. You're going up against Shohei. It's like, you know what? Maybe I didn't want to do that.
No, it would be worth it. It would be worth it.
You got any good stories, whether it be on or off the field, just kind of playing over there?
Well, dude, so on my off weekends, I was able to go see. I went to Amsterdam, which was a hell of a place. I went to Kaiserslautern in Germany. I went to Brussels in Belgium. And, yeah, I guess like a cool story would be I met a group of Irish lads when I was in Brussels, Belgium, and just like out at a bar. And we were having the conversation, and they were just asking about my background, where I went to school, like in the States and everything. And I mentioned I went to the University of Scranton. And this dude pulls up a photo of himself at one of the baseball parties, like my senior year. So I think Galway does like a exchange program. So his friend was a part of that exchange program, but he visited him on like Labor Day weekend, which is like a big party weekend in Scranton, and he was at one of the baseball parties.
That's the most small world thing ever.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So that was like a small little cool story.
That's like when you meet someone with a Delco accent, you know, like halfway across the world, you're like, I know that accent. Like you can't fake that, you know.
Yeah, heard so many stories about that.
Yeah. We'll go back into that. I kind of want to talk a little bit about high school and college. So went to Carroll. You grew up just a couple blocks from me in media. So what kind of brought you out to Carroll? You know, there's a lot of like closer Catholic schools too. Like, was that your choice, your parents, like mutual decision?
Yeah. So our 8th grade year, Frank Fox, who was the former president of Carroll, gave like my whole grade scholarships.
Were you Mary Maggs?
Yeah, Mary Maggs.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so I was Mary Maggs. Originally, I was St. Bernadette's for a little bit. But then transferred to St. Mary Magdalene just to commute was easier. So my 8th grade year, Frank Fox pumped a bunch of money into our class, and he had like a bunch of plans for Carroll 50, and that's what really drew me to Carroll, was just like, because I would be with all my friends. The Bernie's guys were going over there too. So it was just a great group entering Carroll, and it just made sense.
You guys had a really good team one of your last. Was it your
senior
or
senior
junior?
year? Senior year, we were really good. We had...
Remember Kelchner? He was friends with my cousin from Springford.
University of Alabama commit. And then we had Bugs Kehoe. Yep. He was North Carolina, I think, at the time. One of my best friends, Chris Grill, he was University of New Mexico State, I think. And then we had Max Hittman, Sean Lawley.
I know Max,
Pat Marley, and then your boy was at third, and then Trent Pierce at first base too.
Yeah,
So.
were you? Did you make the championship for PCL?
Yeah, we did,
think,
and then
right?
we ended up getting 10 runs. I think it was like 11-0 against LaSalle, but LaSalle was
They
loaded.
do that every year.
Yeah, and they had Joe Miller on the mound too.
That's right.
He's a stud.
I mean, is he? He might still be playing minor league ball.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But so after Carroll, what kind of drew you to Scranton? Because landmark conference, great conference for D3. Obviously, you got to, I assume, kind of get chances right away to get to play. So I'm sure that was a big part of it.
Yeah. So my sights were kind of set on D3. Like I mean, my coaches were pushing for D1, but D3 you could get a combination of like good education and you could play ball like all 4 years. So Scranton came onto my radar pretty late. I ended up visiting in like March ended up visiting in March, and then I ended up committing in April, which is like extremely late for us now.
Definitely late.
But it was like the perfect fit. One of my best friends from high school was going, and the coach was interested, and it just made sense to go there. The Electric City, what a place!
I wish Ben Thorpe was here because he went to Elizabethtown, and you could talk crap. Obviously, he wasn't on the team that you guys beat in the conference championship. I was reading today, first ever. That was the first ever for Scranton.
Yes, first ever.
I don't think they've won since then either. So
no, they have. They won in 2024. Yeah.
Okay. You guys have like the turf stadium, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I remember
beautiful. It was my freshman year when they built that.
I remember Ben always saying like you guys would always host it every year, so it's kind of like a built-in home field advantage.
Definitely.
Yeah,
we loved it.
But yeah, the landmark conference. We have so many guys that play. We have like 10 people that go to Catholic now. I don't know when they decided to just go after Delco, but like Sammy Berman, both the Tazi brothers,
Jack Bateman
transferred in. We had like 3 from this senior class alone.
Wow.
So now Ben, the Elizabethtown alum, is like, I'm rooting for you guys, but like not to beat Elizabethtown.
No way. Now Elizabethtown was always good. I would say like the top 4 were always like Catholic, Elizabethtown, Susquehanna, Scranton.
Yeah, when we talked to Alex Berman, he was talking about it because him and Ben were on the Susquehanna team that won, and they played together. So that was pretty cool. So where are you training at right now?
Ascent. So well, actually, I should mention this, but my last game of the season in France, I was playing third base. I was like playing up on the guy. And he hit the ball pretty hard, and it like, kind of had like weird spin to it. And I like posted like this, and my right hand was under my left, and missed my glove, smashed my right hand.
Oh.
So I broke my thumb, so I had to get surgery in France, which was crazy. And then I came back home, got like another surgery. So I was talking to teams in Australia, but just because of the recovery time, I wasn't able to go. So that's ultimately why I ended up going to Japan. And my hand was giving me like some trouble out there, and just playing through like a little bit of pain. So I'm taking a little bit of time off at home, but once I'm healthier, I'm gonna go back to Ascent.
Are you doing like PT stuff right now?
Yeah. I will not now, but before I left, I was doing like PT, OT, and just trying to get like the strength back. Dr. Bazanka did my surgery.
Oh, really?
He did my surgery. But, I'm just going to take a little time off, but once I'm healthy, I'm going to go back to Ascent and train with the guys over there. They're awesome. Like,
I used to work there for a little bit. I just loved...
Do you know Kramer?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
Oh, yeah, and I worked for them. I was freelance. I was making, like, videos. So, like, I would be, like, standing behind when, like, Kevin McGonigal and Eric Genther and Chaz McCormick are in the cage.
Of course.
And, like, I'm just, filming. I'm like, it's just shocking to see, like, how hard... I know it sounds dumb, but how hard they hit the ball.
Straight up.
Mike Anderson hit, like, 115 exit velo. And I'm like, I don't even need to have an extra mic in there because it's so loud.
Bonner?
Yeah, he's at Penn State now. But yeah, no, they do a great job, and they do like an MLB draft showcase every year at Ascent as well. That I'll be over there.
Oh, awesome!
But do you know when you'll kind of have to like make a decision on where you'll go?
Last year I knew where I was going in January. Like I think January will be the month where I'll just kind of know where I'm going from there.
Selfishly, I think Italy would be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, I have a college coach that played on like the Italy national team, and Mike Costanza, my high school coach, he played on the Italy national team as well. So, gonna be texting with them and see if they could hook something up.
Well, if you want to take the name Brennan Ricciardi and go play for Team Italy, I think I probably have eligibility.
Dan Ricciardi sounds pretty good. So yeah,
Danny, to play there.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
So one question I kind of wanted to ask is like, what keeps you motivated to keep playing? Because like obviously where you're at, I'm sure like you said you get some money, but like you're not doing it for the money. So like what kind of keeps you driving to like say I'm just gonna keep playing as long as I can?
I just want to keep challenging myself, like see what the ceiling can be, and just also I like it keeps you in shape. It keeps me disciplined. Like baseball throughout my life has always been an outlet to keep me disciplined, because I like to have my fun and, spend time with friends and stuff. But baseball has always been there to keep me on, like, the right path. So I think that that kind of keeps me motivated, is to, like, stay disciplined, stay in the gym, and just see where the ceiling could go. And plus, like, I'm still getting these opportunities, whether it's, like, in Europe or even in Japan and hopefully someday here. That's what keeps me motivated.
Yeah, it's almost like you're in a win-win spot where you either could get picked up by one of the Atlantic League, like one of the MLB Draft League, minor leagues, whatever. But the fallback is you get to travel the world and play baseball in different countries in the meantime. So it's like as long as you're still getting opportunities, then you have to. I feel like you just want to be able to say you put everything into it. Like
100%.
Don't have any regrets left.
And just I mean, it's just pretty cool to say that I played baseball in Japan or even played in Europe. No matter like what the level is, it's cool to see the world, and baseball is essentially my ticket to the world. So it's and I still have some more places to like check off. Like supposedly, after Australia, like there is also another winter league in like Dubai. So I mean that would be pretty cool to check out the one day. But baseball jobs overseas really opened my eyes to it.
Is it like just a website that you can
It's like
connect?
A platform. So you pay like a fee, and then they create like a profile for you, and then once your profile is done, they'll like upload it to the platform, and then a bunch of coaches from all over the world are able to see your profile on these platforms, and they can reach out to you if they want, or you could reach out to them. It's like that kind of deal.
That's cool. That's a very smart way to.
Yeah,
and it's got to be funny being a coach where you're recruiting the entire globe.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, like I met one of my roommates in Japan. He played in like 11 different countries. Like it's just pretty crazy how you're able to just. And I met a guy in Japan. His goal is to play baseball in every single like country
that allows it.
Yeah, that allows
That's
it. So
awesome.
it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of unique people that you meet on the way for sure. But yeah, it's I'm grateful for baseball jobs overseas.
So I'm sure you have teammates from all over the world on wherever, in really whichever country. So like in Japan, how many people on the team would be like Japanese compared to just like kind of people like you that are just traveling?
Yeah, I would say half the team was Japanese. Yeah, so we just speak through Google Translate, or I would just kind of like just say their name and just mess around with them because they're like a fun-loving guys.
I feel like there's a lot of motioning too, like
hand signals, especially like when you're in the outfield or like you're
some
communicating.
Universal.
Yeah, that stuff. Now that you mentioned that was like really, I was like very unique at first. Was communicating with like other languages.
Yeah. You're not dealing with that in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
No, not at all. Not at all. So that was like a pretty cool learning curve. But I would say half my team was Japanese.
Yeah, it's like when you like when guys come over to play in the big leagues, like you have your translator and stuff. But like when you're on the field, like they're not out there with you.
No.
So you sometimes just have to learn like specific terms.
Mm-hmm. Or just say one word. Just stick to one
left,
word. Like,
right.
Ball.
Yeah,
So that was so funny.
We got to get you a camera and just have you document wherever you are. And just be like, where in the world is Dan Crossan right now?
Yeah. One of my roommates, he would put like a GoPro on
awesome.
before every game, and like he would film everything, which was pretty cool. But yeah, maybe I should invest in the GoPro.
Well, if you're back in Japan, you remember Justin Hellman from our friend group?
Yeah.
So he is in the Air Force and he's stationed in Japan for the next 3 years. I think he's in Yokota.
Okay.
I know Japan's a big country, but
yeah.
But if you're back there playing again, that's an excuse to go see two people out there.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
And,
that'd be legendary.
Yeah, he's a pilot in the Air Force, so
really?
he'll be there for 3 years.
So in Okinawa, there's like I could be wrong, but like 4 or 5 different bases. And last year when I was there, I ended up linking up with one of my close friends, Chris Grill, his best friend from college. I ended up linking up with him in Okinawa, which was, it just shows you it's a small world.
Yeah.
But there's so much military in Japan.
Yeah, he said his 3 options were Arizona, Hawaii, and Japan. He ended up with Japan.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, why not? Like, in your 20s.
It's only 6 months. Or?
3 years.
Oh, 3
He's
years?
6 months into the 3 years.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So if the bank account, maybe if we're going to visit you, it's a business expense, right?
100%.
Delco Baseball Now to pay for it. Also, shout out Delco Baseball Now, ugly sweater here.
Yeah, shout out.
Rocking.
Looking fresh.
Yeah, I think on our site we have them for the high school teams as well.
Oh, nice.
That we sold these last year.
They have to cop one.
What else we got here? Yeah, we got one with like a little Patriot on the front here because we're trying not to get sued, but also like if I think we would put like Patriots baseball, not Carroll baseball, because like you can't get sued if it doesn't have like the Carroll across the chest.
Gotta find those loopholes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, it's been good catching up. It's hard to kind of find like stats and stuff. Like when you're over in France and stuff, I'm like trying to follow along, but it's like they don't really do much with it.
No,
you know?
dude, and even with video too, they're so bad. They were so bad with it. Like there was only like certain amount of video that you could see, mainly for like the French Challenge, which is like the biggest baseball tournament in France, which like we hosted. There was like a decent amount of video for that and stats, but yeah, it's just same thing with Japan. Like it's just it's all in Japanese, and plus like it's on like some different link.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is pretty hard to access.
I saw the Mets comments, and I thought it was like a New York Mets kind of thing. Like it was like that was the team name. I didn't realize Mets was where you were.
Yeah,
in France.
Yep,
that makes sense.
that's exactly where I was. It's not really like a touristy kind of area. It's like a relatively big city, but not a lot of people speak English there, I would say, and like Paris is a spot where you could find anybody that speaks English, and same thing with like Amsterdam. Most of the Dutch speak English too.
Well, speaking of Dutch, you're the traveler here. I'm leaving the country for the first time ever next week. Never left.
Way.
I'm going with my girlfriend's family to Aruba, which I think has like a Dutch. I think the Dutch connection. Like I think it's a Dutch colony.
Yeah, great people.
I think people speak English a lot of the time there, but I'm excited because it's cold out here and it's gonna be 80 in Aruba.
I guess you're gonna get some tanning
I'm gonna
too.
That Italian tan going here for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
So bro, what's like the next step with
for DBN?
Yeah.
I would say I think we were talking a little bit about the recording, doing more events and stuff because like and you can hold me to this. I pride myself in just keeping the subscription free. Like I just think people shouldn't have to pay to like read about their kids or even like read about themselves, you know. And I kind of feel like with the amount of views we can kind of get sponsors to cover like because if you go to a subscription, like you lose some followers, right? It just is what it is. But I feel like with the amount of views we get, we could have sponsors kind of pay to offset that. And events and merchandise are two things where it's like that can help bring in money, but I just feel like this idea of a Delco home run derby would be great. Like say you go to Media Little League, say, hey, every kid, like you pay, I don't know, $20 and you get a t-shirt and you get 10 outs to basically see how many you can hit. Take all the winners, do like one big home run derby where it's like representing Media Little League, representing Newtown Edgemont, like have one big home run derby.
Have your merch being sold there
and then be able to have like someone claim they're like the home run king of Delco. And I just think that would be cool. It would be something where I want to get people out. Like we like broadcasting the games, but it's cool seeing the stands packed, right?
Yeah.
So
I think the podcast thing will continue to blow up as well. I think it's also cool that you guys like cover like the different athletes that are still playing nowadays, but also still staying in touch with like the Little League and the high school as well. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. And I feel like you covered these kids in Little League, and like watching them grow to high school is cool. Like when we covered that the media team that went to Williamsport. Like those guys are freshmen in high school this year. I don't know if any of them will be on varsity, but like within the next 2-3 years, like we covered these kids when they were 12, and now like they're going to be part of our high school coverage. So like I think it's just cool following them their whole career and just seeing how they and then hopefully we get Kevin McGonigal will probably be in the big leagues soon. We covered him in high school.
Yep.
Just following these guys.
Get him on here somehow.
That would be nice. He seems like a very like not podcast kind of guy, just very stoic. Like
I actually never met him, so
I met him at Ascent a couple times. Hey, open invite. It just seems like he's just like more of just like a lock in, go to work,
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah. But like some guys have the personality that want to do it, some don't. It is what it is. But just trying to get as many of the minor league guys on as we can now because they leave so much earlier.
Yeah, like February, March?
Yeah, it's usually around like Valentine's Day. I think they go down to spring training.
Yeah, like that last couple weeks of January is going to be like a big ramping up period for them because like some of them like before I left because I trained for like a week before I went out to Japan. And a lot of the guys were just like in and out of the facility. Eric was in there every day. He's always grinding. But yeah, like it wasn't that time yet. Give your body time to recover, and then once like December hits, that's when you start.
Yeah, most people aren't playing winter leagues. So you're on a different time wave than they are.
And then most of them, well, some of the indie ballers that are in there, like their seasons won't start until like May, I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, most of them are going to be. In like February. Like I think like Ryan McCarty probably will be in like big league camp.
Yeah.
Maybe he was the D3 kid.
He's one of the Penn State branch schools,
Penn
right?
State Abington.
That's right. Yeah. I even went to one. There's too many branch schools to keep track of.
Yeah,
I was there.
Crazy?
I was at Brandywine for the first year, and
there's even like a Penn State Scranton and stuff like that.
Yep. There was our entire conference at Brandywine was all Penn State branch schools. So every game would be like blue versus white, and so like some teams would throw in like the grays, like a black. I think one team had like a powder blue alternate, but it's like every game was Penn State versus Penn State.
Were you able to go? Are you able to cover Penn State like club like when you're?
Yeah, because we have a couple Delco guys there. So last year, the Mathis brothers from Marple.
Yeah.
So Owen hit a walk-off to win the national championship. Yeah, the youngest one for Penn State club. And I was gonna go out, but like the flights to St. Louis were crazy, and I was like, I don't like I can watch this game stream, but they had like 7 Delco guys on the team.
That's a legend.
Yeah. So and same with Brandywine. Obviously, they have a ton of Delco guys. So college, it's funny. Like people care more about the Delco kids that are playing elsewhere than they care about like Widener, Haverford College, because like they don't really have that many Delco guys.
No.
Like Newman had, I think, 1 Delco guy this year. And and they're in Aston,
Yeah.
Widener had maybe 2 or 3. So like that's why we've got such good traction with like doing that like college roundup every week where it's just like the stat graphics of, like these guys from Delco schools are playing wherever in the country they're playing.
Yeah.
Just trying to like, because they have more of a connection to them than like the schools itself.
It's interesting.
But like if a team like Widener were to say like go to like the NCAA tournament, like we'd follow along. Like Immaculata's got some Delco guys right in Malvern, but it's more
some Blue Sox guys on there.
Yeah. It's just more like people want to follow the Delco guys that go far. Penn State varsity baseball is on the rise. They have 3 Bonner guys this year as well.
Joey's one of them.
Yeah, Sperone.
Yeah. DiMucci.
Joey DiMucci.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Sperone.
He's on some fire.
He's on the Bananas. I had Kyle Laser from Bonner was in my head, and then Mike Anderson. So they got 3 Bonner guys, and if they play their cards right, like Penn State can kind of take over the Northeast in terms of like if people want to play baseball in the cold weather, then they can stay there because they got the great. Have you seen that stadium before? No. It's like right behind Penn State's football stadium. It's a minor league stadium because they share it with the State College Spikes.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So fingers crossed. But
it's crazy. When I was in Japan as well, people even knew about Delco. And
really?
Yeah,
it's global.
It was nuts. Yeah, I mean, it was the Americans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they still like knew about it, which was pretty crazy. And even like the 2023 media team, they knew about that too.
Exactly.
So
yeah, because I kind of knew when we started this, like people have asked, like, are you going to go into like Chester County, Montgomery County, all that? I'm like, that could potentially be happening if we have more money and more resources. But like, Delco people are so obsessed with Delco that like, we wanted to build the brand on
Little League
Delco.
Baseball is massive.
Yeah,
too.
Like I think this year we covered Newtown Edgemont played Ridley. There was a 4-hour rain delay. Shout out all the Lens guys who were helping take care of the field because they have like a deal with Newtown Edgemont. and the game started at 9:45 on a Wednesday night, and we like broadcasted on YouTube. And there were like thousands of people watching because all these parents weren't going to let take their kids out to the 10 o'clock start. But, you know, we handed out hats and T-shirts. Like, we made district champions hats and T-shirts. And the Little League said, like, yeah, we'll pay for them. Just hand them out on the field like the kids, you know, won the World Series. So, like, we have these kids, like, putting on our hats and T-shirts that we made. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
they feel like
electric.
big leaguers, you know?
Damn. That is sweet.
Yeah, one of the guys, Gavin Grande, that works here at Lens, was like a coach for that Nell team. And it was just like, I think they were the first, when you watch this back in the intro to the podcast, like, they're like popping apple cider, sparkling water in all the T-shirts and goggles. They brought goggles, too. I'm like, you guys were ready to win.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love it. I miss the media. Do you know they have lights now at media?
No way.
Yeah, I was waiting forever for that.
Yeah, I haven't been over there in forever. Last time I was there, I was with Tommy Bradley, just like hitting in the cage.
Yeah, I saw. It was like the district bracket, and it said like at Media Little League 8 p.m. I'm like, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that World Series run kind of brought some more attention to them.
Lots of things have
that
changed.
helped out. Yeah,
for real.
Yeah,
but it's cool. So, how many years has this been going on for?
We started summer of 2022 with just the Delco League, because that year for club I broke my ankle. So that summer I was kind of just like on the shelf. Like, I had so much free time. That went into spring of 23 was when like the high school coverage really started. Then that kind of just kept going from there. Brought the Little League. Like, the Little League that summer, when those kids are 21, we owe them some drinks, because that whole summer, like, we kind of just got on them early because I knew Tommy Bradley well.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, like, you got to come out to this district championship with us and Aston Middletown, because whoever wins might win the state.
Yeah.
He's like, whichever, like, these are probably the two best teams in the state. And obviously he was right about that part. So then following them along that whole way kind of helped us build some more credibility. And then by that point, I had graduated Penn State in that spring. So I'm like, all right, we're all in now.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So
it's early. I mean, bro, like, you got time to
absolutely
grow this business and, you know, turn this place into a concert studio.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, I have like a normal, you know, like remote job that like pays the bills and stuff. But like, this is, I believe in it, and I think we have a good reason to. It's just about finding best way to bring in more money to keep it, you know, to keep it going, pretty 100%.
Much. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those opportunities will come, too.
Absolutely. It's just about learning. Like, I don't have just a business brain. You know, I have like a content journalism. Like, I know baseball. I know how to interview people. I know how to talk. But like, there's so much of the business side of stuff and that's what these Lens guys help out with too.
Yeah.
Is some of the behind the scenes stuff. But you know, it's getting better every year, and the in-person interviews are way better than doing stuff on Zoom. You know,
100%. Yeah. This is my first podcast ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is
you're built to be on the mic. Whenever you retire from the game,
yeah,
you got a spot here for us.
True. Hell yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
If you ever want to send any videos, like traveling the world with Dan Crossan,
I honestly should
know,
start like filming more stuff.
even just like making like a little Instagram account for just like, you know, documenting just different stuff wherever you're traveling. You know.
Yeah, because
like
it's
cool.
just so there's so many. A lot is just not being filmed over there, especially like besides the games and stuff like. But even like going out, like the places I've seen are really cool, and yeah, so I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you for taking the time to come in. It was great catching up. Keep me updated on where in the world you'll be this spring. I mean, obviously America would be great, but I think Italy would be probably my top choice for you. Just
Italy would be
selfishly
a top choice as well. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, brother. Good catching up.
Thank you.